Hey, it's Jeff from RenoVision, and you know what every good kitchen needs is an amazing pantry. In this video, we're going to show you 7 steps so that you can have an amazing storage space so you can go with a minimalist kitchen. But you don't get to see it till the end of the video. Step 1 when you're doing your pantry is give yourself some closed cabinetry. You want some upper cabinets, glass doors, you want them closed. Those are for your plates and your glassware so they never get any dust on them. Not as awesome to have. So we're going to hang up 3 upper cabinets here. And the secret to hanging upper cabinets, I'll be honest with you, is knowing where your frame is, having the right depth of screw. So you want to know what the thickness is of the back of your cabinet, plus the drywall, and then add up to 1.25 inches of screw to get as much grab as you can, knowing that building code says that you can't run electrical or plumbing in a wall closer than 1.25 inches from the beginning of the frame. So you can take that 1.25 inches plus your thickness of drywall, that makes a 1/2 inch, makes 1.75 inches, plus 3/4 for the cabinet, because this is built, they have blocking in the back. Okay, so now I'm looking for a 2.5 inch screw, which it makes it a perfect size. So I'm going to be drilling 2.5 inch screws with confidence. I'm going to be good. Make sure you check with your cabinets because they're all a little different. So before you do your install, trust me, you don't want to use a 3-inch screw. It's one of those worst things you can do in your life is drive a screw through an electrical line, because then it blows it up and then you have to run the whole circuit again. All right, now I have marked off my studs just below where my hanging line is. My 3 cabinets come to 45 inches. The space itself is closer to 47, which gives me room on each side to add my end gable, because this is going to be an IKEA cabinet finish and IKEA cabinet doors. We're mimicking the same look here as we did in our kitchen that we just finished. If you're interested to see how we renovated the kitchen without any upper cabinets, it gives a huge space. Click the link up here and check that out, because this is now the addition to that existing kitchen. So step 1 is hang the cabinets. And I'm going to show you a quick trick, because I actually have a really low ceiling, and I've designed this entire room based on the height of that ceiling. I dropped it down kind of like a bulkhead in a kitchen, like in an old kitchen. What we're doing here is, if you want to mount your cabinets and you've got room above them, here's a trick you can use. Take a shim, stick it on your cabinet, and screw right down into the gable end. Burn it first so you don't split the wood. Okay, and what that does, let's say this cabinet is hanging up in the air, you can just come along and set that cabinet on there, and that shim will carry the weight while you screw in your cabinet. I know, it's that simple. But it is a great way to get an extra pair of hands on a job site if you're working alone. Okay, so in this particular case, I know my ceiling is level because I built it. And so I'm not concerned about the swing of the door. I don't need an extra space on the top. So I'm just going to push it right up to the top. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of space on the side here to put in that end gable. I've already marked my pencil line there. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put one in the bottom and one in the top. It doesn't get much simpler than that. All right, now, before I go and throw another screw in the top, I want to attach these cabinets together, okay? This is my opportunity to close the gaps and get it all nice and flush. Now, if you can't get them flush, you have an opportunity to back out the screws, give yourself a little bit of freedom. Here we go. Now we got it nice. All right, then you can back that in again. Sweet. Yeah, doing cabinets is DIY, I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's no reason anybody in the world can't do this. Now, in this particular case, the cabinet does not have actually any wood behind it. So we're going to be attaching this cabinet specifically just to this cabinet here. And what you do is you just set a couple of screws in there in advance, so that you don't need your hands to get that started. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, like a glove. Okay. Take a little bit of pressure off there. There we can go. Now, when you're hanging a cabinet by the other cabinets, use 4 screws to attach the cable. There, that'll help you sleep at night. Wow, that is awesome. Okay. So remember, step 1 was extra cabinet space. It's a very small, weird space, but we're going to use all these uppers. We're going to put in a nice big 30-inch base, and then countertop all the way to the wall, and then we're going to build our own custom cabinet on this side. If you're not sure how to do that, we did a video not too long ago about how to do custom cabinets for closets. And it's the same system. You can click the link up here and check out how we build these things. You'll see it at the end of the video. You're going to love it. Okay, here we go. Throw in a base cabinet. Now, one of the reasons I love the IKEA cabinets, especially when you're working in an old house, my floors are all over the place. There's no such thing as level. This gives me the ability to level off the cabinet with the adjustable feet and then attach it to the back wall. This is brilliant. Here we go. Wow, that's atrocious. Having a level with a metal on one side, really handy when working with these IKEA cabinets, by the way. If you're gonna buy a torpedo level, get one with the magnetic side. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. So that's into step 1. Step 2 is put in the countertop. I love using a butcher block in a case like this. 1, because it's this room that's separated from the rest of the house, and it allows you to go a little bit more rustic. Here we go. Okay. Now you can finish this any way you like. For me, it's going to get a little bit of use, and it's the only real wood element in this room, so I'm going to leave it very natural and just go with an oil to finish. Step 3, add something fun. For that, we're going to go with this wallpaper, right? But before you wallpaper, you always want to paint your walls with an eggshell finish, not the flat, because then if you ever want to change it down the road, it becomes so easy to remove. Remember, wallpaper that's been put over top of a finished painted surface, you can peel the face off and then just wet the backing that's left and wipe it off in about 20 minutes later. No big deal. So I got to get to painting first, then we're going to install the wallpaper, and then we'll get to the rest of the steps in a minute. But I'm not going to show you how to do wallpaper right now. If you want to see that, you got to click the link right here. The next step is to put the finishing oil on your butcher block. Now this is a 2-coat application, maybe even a 3. All right, you can use a rag or a brush, it's up to you. But if you're interested in getting a hold of this product, you can check out the video description down below, because we are carrying Osmo oil with our new local supplier. So it's available in Canada for sure, maybe even in the US, depending. Shipping nowadays is a little bit weird, but hopefully we'll get to everybody soon. Now, not much to this, less is more, right? Now, my wife picked this color. Personally, I would have just gone clear. But I think at the end of the day, having a little bit of texture in this is going to be really kind of fun. Yeah, the secret to working with products I've got a lot of solid content like this is you really want to overwork it. You want to just keep putting that brush in place and pulling and pulling and pulling until it stops leaving lines from the brush. The only grain you want to see is what's in the wood. So you just keep on working that until the brush lines are gone. Okay? That's why they recommend using a cloth, but I just don't have any good tack-free cloths around today. And this has got to get done. Okay, you see the contour? If I left that, that's the wrong direction, right? You see how much product is left there? You see all the grain? So you work it and you work it and you work it until all of that is gone. And then it goes nice and clean looking. There, that's what you're looking for. Until you get that You're not done. And just keep on working it until it soaks up and I don't have those streaks in there anymore. The lighter I pull the brush, the cleaner it gets. There we go. Well, that looks amazing. Okay, so now I'm done. I put way too much product on the front here because I painted it in, just because of the nature of this, and I wanted to have it not get all over the place. And I'm just wiping off all the excess. There we go. We're gonna just give this a gentle rub here. Make sure I don't have any brush marks. I don't want to have too much product left over sitting on top. I'm trying to be really mindful of the edge. That's where my brush starts, right? So always wipe with the grain because you don't want to have a, you can actually leave a mark in the finish if you go across the grain. I think I'm pretty pleased with that. So next step, clean your brush or put it in a Ziploc bag in the fridge overnight. We're gonna try this again probably tomorrow. The instructions say leave 10 hours in between coats. Again, it's oil, so you need that 8 to 10 hours to dry. We're gonna see if maybe it needs another coat tomorrow. I really doubt it though. I'm kind of liking the way it's looking. Okay, so the next thing that every pantry is gonna need is a door. And we've got a nice barn door, bought it in a kit online, handy dandy, sticks together, and we're just gonna assemble it on camera real quick to show you how that works. But the other thing you need is the open shelving. Remember, we put in base cabinets and upper cabinets, but I made my own open shelving. And if you wanna see how that system is done, I have a video we did the same kind of open shelving concept in a closet for my daughter. And you can click the link up here. We'll put the video in the description below as well. And it shows you basically how to take melamine shelving off the shelf at Home Depot and build whatever kind of custom cabinetry that you want. So that's been done as well. Now the hardware is in as well on all the door handles. So really what we got left to do in there is put in all the shelving and accessorize. Of course, one of the keys to any successful operation is all the styling and staging. So today I brought my wife with me to help me with the accessorizing of that. We got a new affiliate named Riverbend Homes, and what they've got is a website there where you guys can go, and we're partnering up with them. You can get the link from our website. You just go there, shop with me, and scroll through the list. And they've got some really nice stuff that you don't have to go out and limit your shopping experience to what's available at the box stores. You can go check them out, and they've got deals and stuff on occasion too. So keep an eye out for that as well as you go along. Let's just jump into this door because I've got my wife here, like I said, and I need an extra pair of hands for this. So we are going to just stick this together. Before I do that, actually, I've got to know the height that the rail is going to get set at. Of course, I'm in a farmhouse and my floor slopes a little bit. So got to make sure that whatever I set my height on the rail at, it goes in nice and level, and it has enough room for me to open the door all the way to the end, which is going to be an interesting challenge. Now, the way we set the height of the rail is just by setting the hardware in place. Okay, and then now we know where the rail goes because this sits on the rail. And where that sits on the rail, we're just going to call that door to rail location is 86 inches. So I need the top of my rail at 86. Done a little bit of work off camera, so we're ready to go. This is my top plate. It goes across the wall. All right, and this area here is going to be where I need to identify where my studs in the wall are so I can drill my holes for mounting, and that'll be cool. But I need to set this at 86 inches, plus a gap at the bottom, okay? Now, that is going to work out good because my door is 7 feet and 86 is a couple inches above it. So I am going to end up setting this right across the face of my door, pretty much right off the corner like that. That'll be handy dandy. I just need to use a level. Okay, I'm going to need your help.
Okay.
So I know that there's wood right here.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
About an inch off the corner. Okay, so you're going to put one nail there,
yeah,
and then one nail there for me. So I'll put this up in place where I need
Level up.
You are way too funny.
Oh, yeah?
Way too funny.
Okay.
Okay, I can't see my own bubble here.
Oh my God.
There it is. Okay.
Is this supposed to be flush against here or
Yeah,
anything?
just
or even
almost,
Steven?
almost perfect. I'm gonna intentionally bring this down to here. Okay, throw me a
So
nail.
basically like right here?
Yep. And then one on the other side.
Yep.
Right through my pinky finger, if you could.
I'd love to.
Oh, hang on. Oh, I slipped.
Oh.
Go.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yeah. And I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take the weapon away from
Solid.
you. Okay. Next key is to identify where our wood is in the wall here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make my
Can
mark.
I guess?
Yeah.
But there.
Okay.
Come on.
Just using a stud finder.
Come on. Don't feel. Hey!
Okay.
Winner!
Chicken dinner. And there's another one here. Because I built a wall
Yes.
and then I added on later.
Yes, I know. I remember that.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just take this information. I have already cut down the rail
Oh, good.
to be the right length for this. And we're going to stick it roughly here.
Looks a little long, no?
It is a little bit longer, but it also sits off proud.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, true.
so you see that green tape over there?
Yes.
You
Sorry.
take this. On my metal thing it says blue
Yep.
because it's weird. You see the black line above it.
Yeah.
Transfer that black line onto that metal bar. Okay.
There you go. Right.
Okay, the reason I put tape is so that we don't draw on the metal itself.
Oh, whoops.
That's the best right there. So I'm gonna have good contact here, good contact here, and good contact here.
Okay.
That's enough. But I gotta drill this hole. I'm just gonna use this as my template so that all the holes are at the right size. There we go. All right. Done. All right, so now what we gotta do, I know this is gonna seem crazy. This is 1.5 inches. So I should be hitting, I wanna go about 1 inch above that. Let's see how out of slope this door is first.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Okay. Wow. So it's 1/2 inch from here to here, but it's 3/4 from here to here. So we got to go with a 3/4 inch gap at the bottom.
Yes.
As a minimum. Probably better to go with 1
A
inch.
full inch, yeah.
And then so we've got to go to 86 for a rail here, but actually 87
Okay.
to have our 1 inch.
87 across. Okay.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tape across the top of this.
Yep.
So we can mark off our holes. All right. Okay. Yeah. Das
good.
is good.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, actually, hang on that 1 second. Let me just do that. I'm thinking it's time to pull out the old laser level.
Uh-oh.
There's my mark. What would I do without a laser level?
Yep, that's your go-to.
It's gonna be a little short today. We're gonna have to put it on the counter.
Ah.
Okay, once it stops wobbling. And then just trace my line. Nobody move.
No.
Old farmhouse, got a bit of sponge in the floor still.
Oh.
That's not exactly perfect, but
No.
it's close enough. All right.
Wow.
Now I want to have that
Could
rail.
have used this as your ruler, but
Yeah. All right.
okay. Does it matter what side?
Yeah. Does actually.
You need a tool?
Well, no, what I want to do is just kind of line this up. And I want to put the...
It's a little extended past there.
It is on both sides. It's okay. Can I just get you to hold that nice and tight right there?
Yep. Stretch.
Okay. Okay. Here, you can take that, put it away for a minute. Okay, so maybe I should just demonstrate what we got going on here. So this is an offset door system. And so this sits there, and this piece of hardware goes through the metal, through this, through the drywall, and then into the framework, last 1.5 inches. Okay? So I'm going to drill the same size hole in my header as there is in the metal, so that it passes through until it makes positive contact with the wood around here. I know I got wood here because I built this with wood on the header. So that, my first spot. I might even have wood here because it's a 2x6, and I usually frame my 2x6 with wood on the wall. Yep, there's wood there. I know there's wood over here because we use the stud finder.
Exactly.
Okay, and there might be wood here. And here's the thing. This is where the other one is, right? Isn't that where the hole is?
Yeah, that was the one, right? Yeah.
Now, it's not going to hold anything, but it's going to look silly if it's not there. I know. So now your gears are turning. You're like, how's it going to work? Doesn't matter. If I had 3 points of contact, both on ends and one in the middle, I'd be happy. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
Right? Now, I need the rail.
Yes.
Okay. Drive that into the header here. What in the hell? I'm going to put one on the other side. All right, so you know, you gotta love ordering online, right? I need the clearance of this extension bracket right here. I need that much clearance for my wheel to work. The problem here is that I'm also trying to count on this lag bolt to carry the weight of the door. But that's as much as I can drive it, 1/4 inch. Even if I was to put bolts on this to hold this in place, I still run the risk of the rail falling out right out of the wood. So I'm gonna have to go to a fastener supply store and buy proper bolts because this needs all that clearance. That's not changing. I've only got 1/8 of an inch on the back side. So, another successful shopping trip online. Brutal. Anyway, we're gonna assemble the rest of the door. And you know, the funny part is the black lag bolt. They'll have that at all fastener, but I only got one store in my area that I know of that'll sell that for me. What a pain in the butt. The only other option you have is you can buy stainless steel and you can spray paint it. But when you torque that on, you're gonna come back with a brush and a touch-up kit. Really stupid. Somebody needs to be shot. All right, let's assemble a door.
Woo!
Yay! Okay, this is the fun part, so let's have some fun. I think it came with instructions. Oh, that's cute. Came in this package, but it doesn't have the machine screws to laminate the door together. So off to the store, and we'll have to film this again tomorrow. Okay, so it's the next morning. I'm here to take care of this. And the funny thing is I went to go shopping on the way home last night. But before I went shopping, I had to find something else. I was rummaging through the drawers looking for it, and I found the hardware kit for the door. Thank God. because that required a lot of searching on my side to find the right hardware if necessary. Saved me a ton of time. So lesson learned, right? When you're looking for something you can't find it, just set it aside, move on to the next project, and hopefully you'll find it sooner or later. So now it's just a matter of sticking this door together. Should be pretty easy. The door comes with kind of like a shiplap concept for attaching the panels. And at the bottom here, it comes with these dowels already preset and pre-aligned so that it makes it real easy to assemble the unit. Like, I mean, it doesn't get much easier than this, right? Okay, and then we got the final board. Bam. Now, you've got what's called an acorn bolt. You need one bolt and one washer for every one of these holes. 6. Okay, now, these came separately and you're gonna need a slot screwdriver to tighten that up, but not every door is exactly the same. We're going to put the top decorative rail on, and I'm going to get at least the first nut on here so it isn't going to fall apart. All right, here we go. That's nice and simple. It's a great look too, right? I mean, I'm going to recommend using something like a crescent wrench so it doesn't slip. You don't want to create marks, but get a nice little extra turn on these bad boys, about a half a turn, just to make sure that they're not going to come apart over time. And then we'll just do the same thing at the other end. La-da-dee. All right, time for the hardware, the rolling wheels, and this is the face. So we want to have the rail above the door. Not like that. You want to do that right the first time. Make sure you put a washer on each side of this, and then an acorn nut. Again with the acorn nuts. The trick here is that in order to tighten this down, we're going to need a second wrench. We're just going to go finger tight for now. Okay, when working with decorative hardware, you're always going to need a second wrench. There we go. Put that on with everything you got, because the last thing you want to have happen here is have this kind of stuff start loosening up over time. It'll cause damage to the door and the wall. The only other thing we have to put up before we can hang the door is the security brackets. They have little bumpers on them, okay? There we go. We'll just mount those. Give them a twist. If you use, when you're working with Allen keys, hold the short side. You'll find that in most cases you have room to keep turning and turning and turning. You don't have to keep resetting the length. Are we ready? Yeah. Okay. Very cool. All right. Now, real quick, because you want to put your guide on the floor. And the idea here is just screw this down, and the door would pass in between, okay? It's actually pretty simple, but the problem here is you want the guide right at the heel. And then you open the door and it's still in contact. So you have 3 points of contact, and that keeps your door from bouncing around. Challenge here is that because it's a farmhouse, there's a slope in the floor. My point here, I'm almost touching the floor when it's open. When I'm over here where I want to put that guide, it's not long enough, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually custom make a little piece of wood, paint it black, and then stick this on just to raise it up off the floor, okay? We'll do that off the video though. That's not a big deal. The only thing left now is the door handle. It's got this cute little matte black handle. And you'll notice it's really wide thread screws, like really wide. That's because these are not wood, these are high density fiber. I almost would have preferred to use a nut and bolt system on this, but I think considering what we got going on, I'm gonna just screw it in. But I am gonna take a moment to pre-drill the hole. If I can get the bit out of the case, eh? Holy cow. Yeah, we're gonna, I like that. All right. Now I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. There we are. Don't over tighten this kind of stuff. You just shred everything that's in that hole. There we go. That is a really good functioning door. Love it. Well, she's all finished and it's all set up and it's looking really good. Now listen, if you like this kind of information, then give us a thumbs up, all right? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna encourage you this time specifically to hit the bell for the notifications on your subscription. We have a lot of folks subscribed who aren't getting notified of the videos because you haven't hit the bell and selected all videos, okay? Really important. Now, remember, if you make storage space like a pantry in your house, you can shove everything you own in one tiny little space and it'll keep it organized and it'll keep it out of the way. And if you'd like to see the kitchen that we renovated to go along with the pantry, then click the link up here. We'll see you again soon.